where the news comes first. This is KCRA 3 News at 5.
A long road to recovery begins in Florida. The latest on the devastation by Milton and the comfort some are finding after the storm.
Federal response could face financial obstacles. The disaster relief program that may soon run out of money following back-to-back hurricanes.
And preventing price gouging at the pumps, the next step today for a plan pushed by Governor Newsom.
And funding city services in Folsom. Pushback on a measure about to go before voters. Good morning to you. I'm Teo Torres.
And I'm Brandy Cummings in for Deirdre Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for being with us on this Friday. You made it to the weekend, everyone.
Yes,
and there's a big difference out there when you're waking up.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Like,
you know what, Tamara? It's far cry from the 100s that we saw about a week ago.
Yeah, you know, last weekend I feel like we were just watching those numbers kind of scale upward. Yeah. This weekend's different. We're going to watch those numbers trend downward. And even this morning, you'll notice that it's in the 50s for most of you. From the valley here into the Delta, 55 in Fairfield, 55 out the door in Stockton. Top of the 5 o'clock hour, 57 for you in Sacramento. It's 54 right now in Yuba City. We're in the mid to upper 60s currently in Auburn and Placerville. And then all the way up the hill, right at the freezing mark right now in Truckee and Lake Tahoe. 3 things to know as you get your Friday started. The skies right now mainly clear, offering us that cooler morning. Some clouds around and the onshore breeze will be persistent today, helping to drag temperatures down even a bit more compared to yesterday's daytime highs. There's that southwest wind moving through Fairfield, 13 miles per hour. We have light south wind right now in Sacramento at 3, and we have an easterly wind at 5. Combing across Placerville this morning and the Auburn area. The other thing to notice is that the marine there is right along the coast, thickening up, and we're even going to see some of those low clouds spill over the coastal hills range this morning. So something to keep in mind if you're traveling off towards, let's say, Fairfield. It's keeping us nice and cool. 64 degrees by 10 o'clock this morning in the valley. Sun and clouds mixing in for the afternoon. A really nice day coming our way with temperatures. It'll be seasonable with highs peaking today in the upper 70s to lower 80s. A closer look at the forecast for your neighborhood is coming up in 10 minutes. It is 5:02. Good morning, Brian. What's happening on those roadways?
Morning, Tamara. Pretty quiet out there this morning on this Friday as you head out across the causeway, heading out towards Davis, or maybe coming in from Davis to West Sacramento. No problems on that stretch of the freeway. You can see everything's in the green there. 80 out of Roseville looking good. 50 looking good from Folsom, Rancho Cordova all the way in and out of Elk Grove. We've got no problems on 5 and 99. Stockton all in the green, not even a sign of yellow there. A little slowing right through Discovery Bay, very minor at best. And you can see here things looking good across the top of the Tracy Triangle, 205 and 580. Still in the green, a 13-minute ride there. 580, 23 minutes on that trip over the Altamont Pass. 80 out of Roseville, we're looking at 9 minutes. 50, a 15-minute ride. 99, 9 minutes, and I-5 will be an 11-minute ride for you out of Elk Grove. Back to you.
All right, looking good. Thank you, Brian. 5:03 now. Now to the latest on the aftermath of Hurricane Milton. As the long road to recovery ramps up, the storm is being called a 1,000-year rainfall event.
In the St. Petersburg area alone, the National Weather Service says 3 months worth of rain fell in just 3 hours. Meantime, officials in Florida continue to assess damage a full day after Milton made landfall as a Cat 3. At least 16 people are dead, 5 of them from a retirement community in Fort Pierce. That was one of the many areas struck by a tornado. Homes are destroyed across the state.
I've never experienced a tornado in 10 minutes. I pray to God I never have to do that again.
It's upsetting. You know, we pretty much lost everything.
Debris and flood water fill the streets here. Power lines also litter central Florida, many laying on streets and sidewalks. As you see, more than 2.5 million homes and businesses are still without power.
Now, despite the damage, many are expressing relief that Milton wasn't worse. Tampa had expected a direct hit. Since that didn't happen, the city did not end up with a deadly storm surge.
And there's a renewed call for help from the American Red Cross. 40 volunteers from Sacramento and other nearby counties are already on the ground in Florida. They say the devastation from recent hurricanes is really putting a strain on their resources. The main need right now is for actually volunteers. You can also scan the QR code here on your screen if you would like to help out. Well, with the long and costly process of hurricane recovery underway, President Biden raising the alarm about one disaster program that could run out of money in the next few weeks.
KCRA 3's Amy Lou joining us now live from the White House. Amy, good morning. Who will this ultimately impact?
Brandy Teo, we know that if Congress doesn't approve more money, small businesses may not be able to get this disaster relief loans they need to rebuild. But the Biden administration is insisting that immediate needs for people to recover will be met.
It's going to take several $1 billion. It's not going to be a matter of just a little bit.
In the long haul to rebuilding, President Biden calling on lawmakers to approve more funding for FEMA.
Congress should move as rapidly as they can, particularly on the most immediate need, which is small business.
As the Small Business Administration edges closer to running out of funds for disaster loans in the wake of hurricane season.
FEMA needs to be fully funded. The SB needs to be fully funded. HUD and Department of Agriculture and any other federal agency that does disaster relief.
Receiving bipartisan support from Florida officials. Meanwhile, FEMA insisting it has enough money and manpower to help victims with recovery.
We had moved resources from some of our non-life-threatening open operations to be able to support.
Assuring immediate needs, including $750 in disaster payment, will be the first of many in federal assistance.
Upfront things they might need, like food, water, diapers, etc. But after that, there are opportunities to get additional assistance.
And both Florida Senator Scott and President Biden have suggested that lawmakers come back to Washington before the election in order to address disaster funding. But so far, no indication from House or Senate leadership on doing that until after the election. Reporting live at the White House this morning, I'm Amy Liu, KCRA 3 News.
Amy, thanks so much for that live report. Now, following an afternoon briefing, President Biden will give an update on the federal government's response to Hurricane Milton and Helene today. Vice President Harris will attend virtually. Stay with KCRA 3 for the latest on the impact of Hurricane Milton. We will have continuing coverage as crews continue to look for victims and assess the damage.
It is 5:06 now. Let's take a live look here over the state capitol building this morning, where the Senate will convene for an extraordinary session to vote on a measure dealing with gas prices. Governor Newsom says the proposal is meant to prevent spikes in gas prices. The measure would give the unelected California Energy Commission the power to set new backup fuel requirements for oil refiners to have in the event of an outage. Newsom's administration has said these events, coupled with low fuel supply, cause price spikes at the gas pump. If today's vote passes, it will need another vote in the Assembly to approve changes made to it this week.
To commitment coverage now, and the city of Folsom is facing a structural deficit over the next 5 years.
City leaders say it could lead to certain services being cut. Last night, they gave a presentation of the city's budget. City manager Elaine Anderson says sales tax made up 6% of the city's total revenue back in 2017. That's what Anderson says. It dropped to an average of 2%, dealing a harsh blow to the city overall. A resident-led sales tax measure known as Measure G promises to help the city's budget situation, but not everyone supports it, suggesting a different tax to fix the problem.
We've suggested other ways to bring in revenue, like raising the transient occupancy tax. That's the tax when you go to hotels. That really would be paid by outsiders outside of Folsom.
If voters approve Measure G, the tax would raise about $29 million a year for city services. This is the last public meeting on the city's budget before voters decide it needs a simple majority to pass.
5:08 is your time. Let's talk weather again and turn to meteorologist Tamara Berg. And you will definitely need a little jacket as you're heading out this morning.
Yeah, you know, it's nice and crisp and cool. Finally getting back to what fall should feel like for the morning. A live look outside right now here in Stockton from the Adventist Health Arena Skycam, showing off just a really clear sky. And it's cool enough that, yeah, a layer might do you well this morning in Stockton. It's 55 degrees. We're down to 57 in Sacramento, 56 Modesto. And if you think it's cool in the valley, check out the Sierra temperature right now at the freezing mark. We're trending a bit cooler this morning all across the region, about 5 to 8 degree drop off, depending on if you're in the valley, the foothills, or the Sierra. You just want to plan accordingly. Now today temperatures will scale downward as well. Looking at lower 80s today in Quincy, 72 in Truckee, and Lake Tahoe about 71 degrees. Pollock Pines slightly cooler with highs today in the upper 70s. Grass Valley will top out at 78 degrees. Auburn hitting 80 along with Placerville, and 82 today in Angels Camp and into Murphys. Your forecast out along the Bay Area, if you're maybe heading out towards Fleet Week in San Francisco, really comfortable afternoon. Sun and clouds in low 70s, a bit of a bay breeze picking up as well. Fairfield tops out at 83. Napa 74 degrees with partly sunny skies. Along the San Joaquin Valley, Mainly sunny conditions, 82 for Lodi, 85 in Stockton. Good morning, Manteca. After a cool start, you'll warm it up into the low 80s, and Modesto eyeing 84 for your Friday afternoon. Sacramento and the suburbs look for a range here of mainly lower 80s. A really nice fall field day. 83 in Yuba City, 83 in Roseville. Davis hitting 81 degrees. Coming up in the next 10 minutes, I am tracking some showers moving into the area by tomorrow. I'll break down who could see some rain coming up. 5:10 is your time. Brian, how are things moving on the roads?
We'll start here on Highway 99 at 47th Avenue, and you can see for yourself things are moving along just fine across the area there. And coming up 99 and I-5 all clear out of Elk Grove. Highway 50 and Interstate 80 also looking good. This is 50 as you're approaching Watt Avenue. Very light traffic out there this morning and no delays on any of our routes, including out across the causeway if you're heading out towards Davis and beyond. Looking good through Stockton. Westbound 580, 205 also looking good. As you make your way over the Altamont Pass, everything in the green here, meaning we're running at the speed limit. And in the Sacramento area, same story. No problems to report. Coming up a little bit later, we'll be talking about some Fix 50 projects that could cause you some delays, though. We'll have more on that at 5:30.
All right, Brian, thank you.
You'll be excited about that?
No, not at all. I'm just so over the construction. Oh, just me. I bet it's not just me.
No, it is not just you.
Right. Well, tourist attraction turns deadly.
Still ahead this morning, how a group learning about gold mining ended up trapped and injured in Colorado.
And catching up on the backlog when the IRS says some pandemic-era tax credits will finally show up.
A shelter in place is now lifted after a chemical release in Texas left 2 people dead and several hurt. The hydrogen sulfide leak happened at a Pemex facility in a suburb of Houston. The leak was reported as employees were working on a flange at the petroleum refinery. Officials say 2 people were confirmed dead. 35 employees were